one. I guess for you, when you made that tackle on Charlie at the 1 yard line, what were you thinking? And did you feel like you had to really ramp it up another notch to kind of make that tackle and just kind of obviously get off that block from the tight end or get the tight end out of your way?
Well, it's on the goal line, so a lot of rules and techniques go out the window. It's stopping by all means. So, and when you're down in the red zone like that, and especially inside the 10, inside the 5, you want field goals. So, we were fortunate enough to force a field goal, and I don't think they scored the rest of the game after that.
Certainly, when you make a play like that, that kind of gets you juiced up. How do you kind of feel that turn the sideline or just kind of turn the mentality of your teammates after that? Because it seemed like you guys, especially on defense, really kind of turned things around after that.
Well, after that play, they got on the ball pretty quick, so there wasn't much time to celebrate or get a little hoorah going. But I think our team does a really good job of not getting too high with the highs or too low with the lows. So one of us makes a good play, let them know that we see them working out there and that they're playing well, but then the ball's going to get lined up pretty quick, so it's about playing the next play.
Go to Eric Kelly.
Zach, can you take me through that third down play and what you saw and how you were able to make that break on the ball to ultimately give your team the ball back with a chance to win?
Yeah. So prior to the play being snapped, I knew that they were looking for high percentage throws on that third down, throws that the quarterback can make. It was a windy game, so I wasn't looking for anything deep. But, shoot, it was a dig route. We were in rack coverage, and I just was able to undercut it and get a hand on it. And, yeah, it was
Go to Don Williams.
Zach, your interception, how did that play unfold from your perspective?
Yeah, so that play specifically, we ran in practice all week. We knew it was coming. When we get a post from the outside receiver and they moved number 0 to that slot receiver on the backside, Rico communicated across field, and I let that post go and fall back on up routes, both of them coming from the other side of the field, and make a play on the ball. And we ran all week, so we was prepared for that play.
Something y'all kind of recognize by
Yes, sir.
formation or whatnot?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Back to Tom, a follow-up regarding your tackle there at the goal line. Not only did you tackle Charlie, but you also had to get off looked like you had to shove the tight end out of the way. What kind of how did that kind of unfold from your perspective?
So if you go back and look at the play and kind of the end zone view, the quarterback really had a two-way go between me and the goal line. So I don't think the tight end saw me, but I was able to shove him one way to force the quarterback to go another way. So by doing that, I knew I had leverage in which way to go. And when you're inches from the goal line, you need every advantage you can get. So by recognizing I can use this body to force him another way, I was able to get a for sure angle on the quarterback.
Go back to Eric.
Zach, obviously you've been playing some of your best football this year, but Coach was just overall impressed with the way the secondary played. He held Baylor like 153 yards. What allowed you guys to have so much success as a unit?
Just the confidence that Coach KP and Coach Jones have been instilling us in the secondary. We really took it up a level this year. We doing things that have never been done here at Tech, and we're all feeding off each other, playing for each other, and that's really where it all starts. And we got a good chemistry going. I can say that. It's only my second year here, but compared to last year, our chemistry is just, we're so close knit, and we all believe in each other, and that it translates to the field. So.
We have any other questions for this group? Go back to Eric and then Don.
Zach, you talked about that close-knitness. Obviously, as the season goes on, you guys get more familiar with each other. But just can you, I guess, go into maybe a little more how you go from week one, giving up 70-yard bombs against, with all due respect, HBU pass the ball out, but an FCS school, to shutting down Big 12 offense?
Just confidence. I mean, we really just emphasize winning the game in the secondary, and putting everything. It's always going to be on us, and we know that going into every game is going to come down to us winning on the secondary. And we work on it in practice. We work on it every single day, and we bring that to the field, and it shows up on game day. And yeah.
All right, we'll finish with Don.
Colin, I know we've asked you this periodically. You may be getting kind of tired of answering it, but just looking at your line tonight, 11 tackles, 10 solos, a sack, 2 tackles for loss. Are you continuing to get comfortable even now, more comfortable even now this late in the season, playing with a new team, or did you feel like you were playing at your highest level a month or so ago?
I don't even think I played at my highest level today. I had a couple missed tackles. Early on, I had a missed TFL that I think they gained 8 yards off of. So we can look at the positives right now, but tomorrow when we break down the film, we have to get to the reality of there were some negatives that we have to fix. Just kind of what Zach was talking about. We got a lot of transfers on this defense, and getting everybody to click throughout the season, I think, is helping everybody throughout our whole defense, and that we're playing together as a unit and as one instead of just a bunch of guys who just got here. So I think we've done a really good job as a unit doing that and coming together and playing as one, and it's starting to show.
I was so curious. Charlie Brewer, it seemed like in the second half he had more success running the football. Did y'all know that was coming based on his history, or were they able to be effective with him running it, keeping it on quarterback draws and whatnot?
Well, I think after watching last week's game and seeing TCU's quarterback have success, why wouldn't they want to try running their quarterback if he was capable of doing that? And after the interception, he wasn't really going to want to throw the ball deep and late over the middle or roll out. So I think after that, he was starting to run the ball more. So we just had to adjust to that and get him down without having too much damage done to us.
Oh man, I feel like as a kicker, I think every kicker dreams about hitting a game winner, or a championship winning kick, So, I mean, we've done it hundreds, thousands of times in practice, so it's just got to go out there and execute. But I think it wasn't just me, It's my lineman up there blocking, the snapper, everything. So I mean, it was just a great.
For you being here with the team for a little bit, how much have you practiced with these windy situations, and how comfortable were you when you were kicking these kicks?
Well, I mean, it's windy here. I'm from California. We get the Santa Ana winds a little bit, but here, man, it was blowing. So, I mean, I practice. I mean, we get a lot of days it's windy, so we kind of were able to adjust to it, And I mean, when you're out there kicking, honestly, you just hoping it go down the middle. We good. And that's pretty much it.
Go to Eric Kelly.
Now, and obviously, you came off the bench against Ole Miss into a game your freshman year. How much different is it getting in that mindset, coming kind of off the bench a little bit cold and trying to make an impact?
Yeah, you just got to prepare as a starter. I think I've been doing this for 3 years now, so not much change. Tried not to be any different. Just try to be who I was and play within myself and the guys around us, and trust everyone around me to make some plays. And that's kind of what we did as an offense. So yeah, it's not much different, to be honest, but a little bit just having the experience.
We'll go to Don.
Jonathan, can you tell us which family members you had here today, and when is the last time they saw you play in a game?
My mom was here, my younger brother, my younger sister, and my youngest sister. And then I had a cousin come by as well. It's been a while, honestly. When I was in high school, my mom really couldn't make the games because they were on Friday and she had church, and my family kind of, we're a very God-first family. And she really didn't go to a lot of high school games. When I was playing JUCO, she did go to a few games there, but last season and barely this season, I mean, she wasn't able to make it. So barely this week was it was a great surprise seeing them here. I didn't even know they were coming. It was just great, you know.
You said you referred to your religion. What denomination is your family?
My mom's Christian, yeah.
When Sir Roderick went down at the 7-yard line, would you have rather he gone in and scored the touchdown, or are you glad that you had that opportunity in that situation?
Hey, I was just trying to win a game. I mean, it didn't matter who scores. It's just, you know, it's a team thing, so it didn't really matter, honestly. We were ready for everything, so.
We'll go to Shahan.
Hey, Jonathan, so how exactly did all of that come about in terms of your family coming? Like, how did it get organized? When did you kind of figure out that it was all going to happen, and how did they kind of get here?
Well, I didn't even know, honestly, how I got organized, you know. They just surprised me here, I think Friday night, last night, yeah. They just surprised me here, and I didn't even know how I got organized. They just flew out here and surprised me, honestly.
Where were they all coming from, and how long had it been since you had seen them?
So we're from California. It's 16-hour drive, and it's very long. But I hadn't seen them in almost a year, since last Christmas.
Go to Phil.
Hey, Alan. As a guy who's been benched earlier in the season, you threw that pick six in the first quarter. How hard was it mentally to come back and then lead that second half comeback?
Yeah, I think it's what I've been trained to do since 7th grade is so what, next play. Whatever happened in the past, you can't dwell on it. I try to tell everyone that. We try to, as a team, do that as an offense and anyone in this program. So that was pretty much my mentality was so what, next play. Doesn't matter. Those plays didn't matter. What matters is the one coming up next, and that's the most important play is the next one. So that's pretty much the mindset I had, and I couldn't think about that because if I'm thinking about that, then I'm not thinking about the play that's going on.
Go back to Don.
Hey, Alan, ever since you've been here, since your freshman year, you've pretty much been the guy at quarterback when you were healthy. How did you handle it? How did your ego handle it when you were not the guy for these last few weeks?
Yeah, you know, it's been tough, but I don't think anybody in this facility especially looked at me any differently, treat me any differently, talk to me any differently. So that's been really nice. Obviously, kind of what goes on outside this facility, we don't really think or care about, and what people say, especially. But for me, it was hard, definitely. I think so. Kind of waking up, you kind of have that little swagger to yourself. But to kind of wake up every day and just kind of support Henry, what he does. Henry's a hell of a quarterback. Made a lot of plays tonight. So just feel bad for him and kind of everything there. But no, yeah, it definitely was hard. But that, like I said, you can't think about that. You got to be ready and prepare myself as a starter every week.
Go back to Shahan.
Jonathan, how special was it kind of to get to have this performance in front of your family? And also, I mean, how did you kind of prepare this week for this moment, especially since you haven't punted before?
Man, it was such a blessing, honestly. I mean, you kind of dream of these moments, and to share with my family, you know, it was really great. With the punting situation, I did punt in high school and in my junior college, but it was tough. It was tough. I was a little rusty, but I mean, you just got to be ready. You know, next man up. That's pretty much it. This staff has been really great in teaching us, you know, how to adjust and adapt to any situation. So.
Alan, why do you think that this team has done such a good job of handling next man up situations?
I think we've been training on that since fall camp, since June and July, with Corona and the pandemic going on. We've been practiced, everyone working on different routes and different positions and things they do. So I think it's been huge for us to kind of work on, or like we called it cross training, just so many guys can know so many different positions. And it's kind of like a normal season when normal stuff is kind of like, oh, you kind of expect a couple injuries here and there. But I think everyone kind of expects like, hey, it doesn't matter who you are, what position you play. At any given point, someone to the 2-3 people in front of you can be out, a couple injuries here and there. So I think everybody prepares like they're starting.
Go back to Eric.
I got two for you. First one, have you ever kicked the game winner before?
No, never hit a game winner.
And then, punting, you said you were a little rusty. Is it like riding a bike, or was there someone who gave you good piece of advice on how to punt in West Texas?
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, it's just kind of with anything, when you stop doing it for a while, you kind of lose how it feels, and. But I mean, this week when we found out that our punter was out, I was ready. I mean, I wanted to play, so I mean, anything that I could do to help the team. But it did take a little extra time. When I found that out, I was at home doing some line drills and looking at my old film from punting, trying to relive those moments. But I think we did really well in just adapting to the situation.
Go to Carlos, then we'll finish with Don.
Alan, I know everyone's going to talk about Strodrick sliding at the 7. When did you all know that was going to be in the game plan, and how was it to know that you guys were able to not only execute that, but then execute the game-winning drive?
Yeah, the past 3 or 4 weeks we've been practicing that. Call it surrender play. Just kind of obviously I think either way would have been happy if you scored, ran in. I don't think it would have mattered any different. But just kind of that one is just kind of we didn't want to give the ball back to them with any time on the clock. We kind of wanted to. When the time runs out, we have the ball or we have the opportunity to win the game. So with him sliding, that gave us that opportunity. But yeah, I just think it's kind of in his head, kind of what they've been instilling in us the past couple of weeks is we've been really doing situation mastery and working on the end of game situations, and that's kind of one thing that popped up, and that popped into Strodrick's head on the 7-yard line, slid down, ran one more play, spiked it, whatever, called timeout, however we did it, I don't even remember, and then send this guy in, punch it through.
Finish with Don.
Hey, Alan, early in that drive, when Keyshawn catches the pass and then gets hurt, obviously you never want to see a player get hurt, but that effectively served as a pretty long timeout for you guys. Did that give you any you or the offense any benefit in terms of just kind of having time to settle, collect your thoughts, plan a little an extra play or two?
Yeah, I think just any stoppage of time, especially in those 2-minute situations that are high pressure, any time we'll get. Obviously, Keyshawn's a hell of a player. We feel bad for him. Love him to death. And if he wouldn't have caught it, I don't know who would have knows what down we would have been on there. So he probably put a big part in that whole final drive. But yeah, just those couple seconds, kind of take a couple deep breaths. And I think the biggest thing on 2-minute drills is to get a first positive play. Once you get the first one going, then it's like, okay, we can do this. Okay, we can do this. So definitely he kind of got that first one rolling, got the ball rolling, and definitely got that extra time. It definitely helped for us to kind of collect our thoughts and minds and work down the field.
For Jonathan, is what previous kick in your career, is there a previous kick in your career that kind of stands out as your biggest moment before tonight? Because you played obviously on those Riverside kicks that you played on, won nearly every game.
Oh man, honestly, as big as this game was, honestly, I couldn't really tell you. I think in junior college, I think my longest kick was I think I hit a 48-yarder. I'm not sure we played. I'm thinking Saddleback, but the reason I was surprised is just because I never really had a legit holder in junior college, but the receiver that's holding for me did the best he could, and it was for me. It felt a little long, and then I'm like, I just went in there and kicked it, and that was it, and it went good. So, that's kind of the only one that pops into my head right now. But this memory is gonna live with me forever.
All right, we'll get one more in.
And also, kickers here in the past have said that, particularly on days like today, that wind can be unpredictable. It can come out of that southwest tunnel and do funny things with the ball. How did it, even though it was a short field goal, how did you expect the ball to react on that on your last attempt?
Honestly, I really think it didn't affect it as much. When I was walking up to take my steps, I realized it just was blowing. The wind was blowing this way, I guess, from my back. It was going down this way, and then I'm like, just punch it in. The funny thing is that during halftime, I come out, to warm up and everything, and Tamaro, special teams coach, comes out and he's like, "Hey, what way is the wind blowing?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It soils around here." So, on the last kick, man, I just put my head down, kick it through.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it.
That's it.
All right, that'll do it for tonight. Thank y'all.